Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So happy Friday. Today, let's look at what's happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's next for both of them? And I know a lot of you guys are wondering, why didn't Ethereum pump more after the ETF approval? So let's talk about all these things and have a good Q&A today. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Bitcoin going sideways right now. 67.2, haven't really moved since last night. ETH also going sideways, about 3,700. Today overall, though, the U.S. market looks like it's recovering, so that might be good. Yesterday it was horrible. U.S. market sold off, so obviously that, I think, had a little bit to do with the volatility yesterday. But we'll see today. The U.S. market is opening up good. But the big news, of course, from yesterday was this. The SEC approved Ethereum spot ETFs. Okay. This is monumental. First time in history. Just like Bitcoin ETFs. We had Bitcoin futures-based ETFs, not spot. And this is spot. Okay, so the SEC did approve creation of Ethereum spot ETFs. Now, that does not mean that the spot ETFs are already out. There's 8 fund makers that are updating their S1s and trying to get their funds approved, right? But overall, the SEC basically said, yes, we're going to allow it, right? Just come to us with your applications. That's basically what it means, which is a good thing. Okay, it's a very, very good thing. And because of it, we may see the actual Ethereum spot ETFs getting traded as early as next month. I remember when it came to Bitcoin ETFs, after approval, it was about, I think it was about a month. About a month. Maybe it was sooner. I just remember Bitcoin spot ETFs somehow got rushed out really, really quickly. But it may be the case with Ethereum spot ETFs. So just know that even though approval happened, there are none being traded right now. Okay, so there's not a whole lot of buying pressure from Wall Street right now, but it will come. It will come for sure. But there's something important, okay? There's something very important when it comes to this, and I'm going to show you what I mean by this. Right here. So a lot of people forgot that after Bitcoin spot ETF was approved, okay, you see what happened with Bitcoin. Bitcoin trended upwards until approval, and then it actually went down. It went down for almost an entire month. Do any of you guys remember that? Yeah. After approval for Bitcoin spot ETF, Bitcoin actually trended down for about a month, and then it never looked back. Okay, that's when we dropped into the 30s. From the mid 40s, we dropped to the 30s. And then afterwards, when the buying pressure came in from Wall Street, that's when we never looked back and we hit all the way. We hit 73,000, right? We broke through a previous high and kept going. So it could be the same thing for Ethereum spot ETFs. Right now, of course, not traded yet. But once it starts trading, right, we could see the same pattern happens over the next course of the next month. We could see downward movement, or maybe we just see sideways movement. But once Wall Street starts buying, there's no doubt it's going to go higher, right? Where is Ethereum going to be by the end of the year? There have been some predictions that it could be as high as 8,000 or even higher than that by the end of this year, right? So you just have to give it a little time, okay? Just a little time. Nothing pumps immediately all the time forever. But those of you guys that have Ethereum, you should be very happy. Ethereum was what? Down here. It was at a 3,000 level forever, basically. And now you're 20% higher, more than 20% higher. So anyone with Ethereum should not be complaining at this point in time. Okay, overall, after this big 20+% pump, it's still holding. It's just going sideways. So it's just a matter of time before it moves. And how this relates to Bitcoin is, you know, when Ethereum starts pumping from the ETFs, that means more liquidity in the space. And a lot of that will go, of course, into Ethereum, but a lot of it will flow out also into others like Bitcoin and other alts in the space. That will happen. Now, couple other things relating to this. Number one is, in terms of these fund makers, they are getting their tickers ready. Like, for example, BlackRock's is going to be ETH-A, and Van Eyck's is ETH-V, and there's a whole bunch, right? So it does seem like progress is already happening, and who knows? We may get them soon, within the next month, right? That would be in June. So my prediction of 100,000 Bitcoin by July could still happen. Could still happen, right? It's just around the corner. Now, something else that relates to this that maybe you're not thinking about is the fact that the SEC basically just officially declared that Ethereum is a commodity. So this question of whether or not Ethereum is a security or commodity, whether the SEC is going to sue the Ethereum Foundation or whatever other developers or dApps riding on top of Ethereum, seems like they have gone away. Seems like they have just basically said, okay, we're not going to do that. We recognize them as a commodity. Otherwise, you know, they would not be allowing this. Otherwise, they would have just delayed applications or simply denied applications. But yeah, it pretty much means that Ethereum is a commodity. And that's good for many reasons, because if Ethereum is deemed a commodity, right, then that means there are many, many, many other alts out there that kind of have followed in Ethereum's footsteps. They are all commodities now, right? So this is actually pretty big. You could argue that this decision may have been bigger than just allowing the ETFs themselves. The decision of declaring Ethereum a commodity, because that has huge ramifications for every other coin that's in this space, really. Not every single one, but a lot of them, because a lot of them went through the same thing that Ethereum did, right? So that's actually really big, if you think about it. Really, really, really big. All right, what else is there? As for Bitcoin and its ETFs, well, continues to see inflows. See, this is what's deceiving. Even though there are days where we get volatility and Bitcoin may go down, but these big boys, yes, I call them big boys, the whales and the institutions and banks and companies around the world, they keep on buying. BlackRock saw a huge 89 million inflow yesterday, despite the fact that Bitcoin did go down. Okay, now they hold over 19 billion in Bitcoin, and overall yesterday was a positive net flow of 108 million. You would not think so, because Bitcoin did start the day at 70, and we had some kind of whale that dropped Bitcoin down, right at market open. Someone that anticipated that Ethereum ETFs were not going to get approved. But we still had a massive inflow day of over 100 million. Just think about it. For the entire week, we're closing in at another, if I had to guess, probably 500 to 700 million of Bitcoin into the ETF. I mean, again, you're talking about hundreds of millions to billions every single week. Do you not see how Bitcoin is going to go higher, right? Demand is coming in every single week or every single day, massive demand, and supply is not getting any more plentiful. There are no more new Bitcoin being created out of thin air, well, other than the inflation rate, but we saw that already get halved with the halving event. But Bitcoin is not an asset that can be duplicated or multiplied or created out of thin air like fiat. Okay, it's scarce. So when you have this much of buying pressure, the price will catch up. It definitely will. And I think it could be the same thing for Ethereum. Once we start seeing hundreds of millions flowing to Ethereum, right, we could see the same thing happen. All right, last few things I want to share with you guys. As for Bitcoin's movement, well, again, when in doubt, zoom out. Sentiment changes really, really quickly. We know that. When Bitcoin dipped to like 50, low 60, just a week or two ago, a lot of people became bearish. In the last few days, when it pumped up to 72,000, it became bullish again, right? But it never should have changed. We're in the parabolic bull run right now. We are. Just look at all the previous cycles, the previous halving events, and what happened after the halving event. Parabolic rise, right? We are in that phase right now, guys. We are in that phase. We are heading higher. So don't let anything discourage you at this point in time. Nothing should be discouraging you, considering that Bitcoin was just at 72,000 2 days ago, and Ethereum is about to crack 4,000 soon. We're talking about pretty high numbers compared to even months ago or the beginning of the year or last year, right? We are going to go much, much higher. And all the technicals say that. Like if you look at all the long-term technicals, they all say the same thing, okay? So stay strong, my friends. Good things are going to come, right? Some of the other alts right now are a little bit weaker, but overall, we are trending upwards. We are doing well, and good things are going to happen. All right, let's do some Q&A. Dopey Dave. Big super chat, thank you. Let me scroll up. Let's see if I missed anything. Hopium volatility. Yep. Zach Morris singly pumped the market in 2021. Don't sleep on Zach. I actually don't know who that is, and I don't think that's true. And even so, I don't think that coin is going to pump this cycle. All right. Red X says, we miss you, Miami. Please come visit again at the bar. Yeah, I don't know when the next time I'm going to go to Miami again. Astromatics, what meme coin do you think will 100x this run? You know, I don't know. Still trying to figure that one out. A lot of memes, you know, randomly. Sometimes they go to 1 billion or like 500 million, and some just like lose momentum after 100 million. Some can't even break like 20 or 30 million. It's kind of tough. I haven't figured that out yet. Should I be swapping any of my BTC into Solana yet? That's a tough question. I'm a big Solana fan, but still, you know, it's never a bad idea to have a lot of Bitcoin. So I guess it really depends on your portfolio. If you have at least 50% in Bitcoin, then I think it's safe to, you know, buy more Solana and others. But if you don't, and you're trying to convert already, probably not a good idea. Don Thompson says, Sailor really wrong about Ethereum ETF. Yeah, he was pretty wrong. I saw, I don't know where he was at. He was on stage and he was just like very fired up about how Ethereum spot ETF will never happen, nor will we see ETFs of other coins and so forth. I wonder what's going to happen now, like what he's going to say, right? Because he's always said there's only Bitcoin, there's only number one, it's only commodity, right? But now that basically the SEC declared that ETH is a commodity, I don't know if Saylor will change his mind. I don't. Turbo had a crazy pump last night. Should I take profits? Anytime there's a crazy pump with memes, you should probably take some profits. At least some. At least a little bit. Right? Because you just don't know. It could crazily pump one day and then like dump the next day. So at least take a little bit. What do you think about SWFTC, generative AI on Ethereum, 20 million market cap? Have no idea. First of all, that symbol sucks. It's way too long. Swift coin? Is that what it's supposed to be? It peaked out over here and then it started going down, but I will say that that symbol really sucks. And it's on Coinbase. Swift blockchain, at least it's not a meme. Okay, simpler, faster, safer. It's a platform that allows you to trade. 2017, wow. How long have they been out? Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to say no. That's why they're on Coinbase. Because they got listed probably back in 2017. And they're still down 94% from 2017. I'm going to say no to that. Cats and good coffee. I'm going to stay away from that one. I'm going to stay away from that one. Simran, do you think consensus will influence crypto? I don't know. If there are some big announcements, then yeah, because I'll be there. I know Bitcoin, in the past, Bitcoin conference have affected Bitcoin. But generally speaking, in a negative way. Whenever the last two I attended, well, they were during bear markets, though. We had volatility and Bitcoin dumped, I remember, in 2022 and 2023. But this year, probably different. Consensus, I think if some major projects do some major announcements, then it could be good. It could be good for those projects for sure. Why is Taylor Swift so popular? Her music is what used to be considered background noise. I don't know. For the kids, they love her. Okay. Please look at Zach. I'm not going to look at Zach Morris. First of all, that's just stupid. Based on the guy from Saved by the Bell, I'm not going to look at it just because it's so stupid. Can I hang out with you and go to Five Guys after consensus? Probably not. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be very busy. Thoughts on the Urus? What do you want to know? It's expensive. The front end looks good. Rest of it is okay. It drives okay. It sounds good. If you can afford it, great. It's a good tax deduction. It could be a good business vehicle. How do you like the new layout of YouTube? I don't like it. I love being able to see the videos were posted, when the videos were posted, and how many views. They keep making the screens bigger. We have full screen. You know, you could I don't know what you're talking about. You can still see the views. What do you mean they keep making the screen bigger? You can decrease the screen size. Are you just in like a bigger format? You know, there's theater mode and regular mode. So maybe that's why. Any thoughts on Caitlin Clark's popularity in the WNBA? Why do the current players hate her? Well, it's obvious, because she's getting all the attention. She's getting paid the most, and she's getting all the attention. So, of course, there's jealousy there. But, yeah, I mean, she's doing a lot for the league, right? So the league should be thanking her. The other players, I think they just don't know it yet. But the more popular the league gets, the more sponsors it gets, the more money they're all going to get. And their next contracts will be much bigger because of the one player. You could argue the same thing with Jordan. When Jordan got so popular, obviously, when he made it to the league, it made the league exciting. It started growing. The sponsorships came in, and everyone's contracts started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Same thing with LeBron. Like, I don't know why they don't see that. I don't know. That's just my thing. Like, yeah, temporarily they may be jealous because she's getting all the attention and she's getting the money, but long term, all the players are going to benefit. Will you make a tier list? A tier list of what? Katamari, Sunny. Tier list of what? I'm not sure what you're talking about. What's your thoughts on Penguin? Not a fan. They have become irrelevant now. They are DEX on Avalanche, but Trader Joe has just become so dominant. No one uses Penguin anymore. NMCT, could ETH ETF cause insane gas fees from usage? The sheer volume from ETFs could send ETH gas fees to heights we've never seen before. Now, that's an interesting perspective. It can. But I'm assuming that the ETF, the funds, will be buying ETH OTC, right? But anytime ETH pumps, and it does often do that, it does cause volume to go higher, obviously, and gas fees to go higher. So we have seen some crazy gas fees for Ethereum before. So it's probably going to happen. Why is Trump's MAGA hat everywhere? Define everywhere, because I haven't seen one person wear it in real life. So I don't know, unless you're hanging out at all his rallies, then yeah, it's probably everywhere. News like this, Victor says, news like this scare me because it feels like the top is coming. Well, a lot of people said the same thing about Bitcoin ETFs, right? And you know what? There's nothing wrong to be cautious. And here's why. Because in 2017, those of you guys that were around in 2017, when Bitcoin futures ETFs came out, it was the needle that popped Bitcoin's bubble. That was the first time Bitcoin hit 20,000, and Jay Clayton, the prior chair of the SEC, said that he was told to allow futures to happen, to basically pop the Bitcoin bubble, right? So when Bitcoin SPY ETFs came, a lot of people also thought, hey, that was the top. You know, that was meant to pop the bubble. But look at where we are now. So I don't know if the ETH approval is the bubble popper. I don't think so. We still have many, many, many months of this year and next year. So no, I don't think it's top. Have you seen what Unibright is building? No. Hottest meme coin is MAGA hat, great narrative. I don't know about the hottest. It is hot. And it's not really a good narrative. It's just a hat. We're all George. We appreciate all you do. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's good that you can do thumbs up on super chats now, and the ones that get a lot of thumbs up are the good ones. Jamal says, when is the next IFC event? It's going to happen in 6 days during consensus. Unfortunately, though, we have a couple of fights that will not happen because of either injuries or deadlines. So it's going to be a little bit less than anticipated. But still, it's going to be a good event. Consensus is the biggest crypto conference in the US. It's going to be held in Consensus. And we're going to have a good fight no matter what. Minty, what are your thoughts on crypto loans? No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's too risky. You know, volatility can just eat up your margin really quickly. Don't do it. Don't do any crypto loans. Does the Ethereum ETF has the ability to pull Matic out of Schitt's Creek? No, I don't actually think it's going to help Matic in any way. Ondo. I have seen a lot of people ask about Ondo. It is RWA play on yield. It's just like a banker's coin, but it has been doing very well. Look at that 1 year performance, 600% out of nowhere, right? And it's on Coinbase, which helps a lot. Yeah, Ondo is definitely. It was going sideways though for a long time. So like from here, from like March all the way to May. So basically for like 2 months it went sideways. It found a footing here, and then now it went up to new heights. Ondo has no token unlocks until 2025. It's good to know. Good to know. Soul Bull So as George talks about Bitcoin 99.9% of the time, and the only thing you guys talk about are the lowest, most irrelevant shit coins. I don't get it. Well, because a lot of degens out there, a lot of people think, see, this is what I'm talking about already. A lot of people already think it's too late to get into Bitcoin because it's too big, right? The gains are not enough. And I get it, but you never want to discount Bitcoin because Bitcoin still has a bright future. Plenty of gains left to be had with Bitcoin. But I get why a lot of people are asking about random coins because they want to see their $100 or $1,000 turn into $1 million, which is very, very hard. Very, very, very hard. But, you know, if you want to have some fun, you want to degen a little bit, that's fine, right? So I get it. But sometimes it's just all these weird memes. Pepe versus XRP thoughts. I'd rather hold Pepe than XRP, so I'll say that. I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for. XRP has been in a downward trend since 2018. I hope George one day is a leader for crypto in Congress. No. I never want to go into politics. I'll tell you that. Never in politics. Don't need that. I just want to retire in 2025, sail off into the sunset, and that's it. That's what I'm looking forward to. What was the last time you played the XRP video? I don't know. I feel like it was not too long ago. What is U.S. market today? Still green? Barely in the green. Nvidia is above 1,000. It's going to surpass Apple soon. Kind of crazy. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF even today. MicroStrategy is going up a little bit. Tesla is up a little bit. What about Coinbase? Coinbase is up. Yeah. Bitcoin related stuff doing okay. Steven says, already retired. This bull market will be for my grandchildren's retirement. You know, that's the thing, though, okay? I don't know if it's such a good idea to spoil your grandchildren. If you think about it, you know, every generation tends to... I don't know if I should say that. Not every generation. But, you know, generally speaking, I think as parents... You want to give everything to your children, right? So as you do better, you spoil them more. And then, you know what, that may have unforeseen circumstances because then they may not have to work as hard as you did. And, you know, that might actually hurt them more in the long run. So, I don't know. It's one of those situations. I think all parents just want to do best for their kids and give them the best and do everything for them, but in some ways, if you overdo it, I think it could hurt them. So that's something I'm dealing with every day, just trying to see if I'm going too far, you know, Don't want to ruin their drive or ambition or their work ethic, you know, stuff like that. How could I turn 8K into 50K? By listening to me every day and paying attention to what I'm saying about Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and others that I cover, DePIN projects, gaming projects, DeFi projects. There are a lot of projects out there. Memes, sometimes. Thoughts on MAGA coin during upcoming election? I don't know. It could do. It's already done well. I don't know if it's going to do even better. Yeah, it looks like it topped out. See, this is what I'm saying about memes. You just don't know when it tops out. It looks like it topped out. It dropped hard. Now it's pumping again, but you know, that's the thing with these memes. You just don't know when they lose momentum. People start moving to other memes. Make sure you take some profits on the way up. Otherwise, if you bought here or here or here, you're down, right? All right, guys. So to conclude, what's next for Bitcoin and Ethereum? Well, good days. Okay. Ethereum ETF was just approved. They might be listed as soon as next month. Bitcoin is still doing well. Both are consolidating at this point, getting ready for the next leg up. And that can happen at any time. Anytime. Just like what we saw this past week. Huge pumps could come out of nowhere. So stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time as usual. And that's it. All right. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Oh, I do have something to show you guys.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.